This video caused a huge amount of controversy because apparently I'm glamorizing the mining industry. So let me tell you about my very first swing. 2 weeks after I turned 18, I got my very first FIFO job. I was out there as a utility where I was working a 12-hour shift over the course of 14 hours. I also went out there to do 3 weeks straight on my very first swing. Being that it was the middle of February, it was hot as hell. I'm talking high 30s to high 40s every single day. Not only was it psychotically hot, but it was dusty, it was dirty, and there was a shit ton of flies out there. And because I was on my feet all day, my feet got absolutely shredded by the boots because I didn't break them in properly. The site was only a really small site. There was 60 people, so there was 2 utilities. Me and the camp manager's wife, who did sweet fuck all. Why? Because she was the camp manager's wife. While I was working my 12-hour shift, she would saunter on in and have a long, leisurely breakfast, and then she would go off to work and be finished by about lunchtime. Breakfast chef, who was this crusty old guy in his 50s, would love to regale everybody with his stories about how he'd go to Thailand and do horrendous things with young boys. Because I didn't have a mobile phone, the only way that I could make phone calls was by using the community payphone. When you went to make a phone call, you'd have to make sure that there wasn't a snake in the phone booth. Now you might think that that is enough to deter anyone from wanting to ever go back out there, but I ended up staying in the industry for 17 years. That allowed me to buy my first property when I was in my 20s, and then multiple properties after that. I traveled the world, I paid off my car, made some very smart investments that allowed me to then start this business where I now have staff in 3 different countries. So the moral of the story is, no, the mining industry isn't for everyone, but if you can hack it, keep your eye on the prize and have an exit plan, there's no reason why you can't make the most of this industry, or you've still got the opportunity. And of course, if you need help, get in contact with us, info@winwin.com.au.